right, I just want to have a quick chat because it is raining again. It's just started raining again. Um, and that song it's a breakup song. You know, when I was younger, I didn't understand that. I just thought it was all about rain. But it's a breakup song. And what I want to talk about right now is how you, as an adult beginner, can get in and start playing along with songs that you want to play. But what happens is like there's a lot of information going on. So I want to talk to you about breaking up the song. Okay, so let's say, well, for instance, like at the moment, um, s- some students are working on "Stuck in the Middle," the Steelers Wheel classic. Okay, that strumming pattern is quite technical for a beginner, right? The chords, just your standard chords, D, and then it will go into a G7. But like the D, you slide in from the D flat. Okay, and even that presents a bit of a challenge for most beginners. So what I do to get them involved, playing along and having fun, and you can do this at home with the song, is don't worry about trying to play everything that you hear. All right, don't, and I'm starting to get wet, so um, from the rain, don't try and right? Don't be concerned about trying to get everything like that happening right away. So what I always suggest is just breaking it down. Okay, so with the strumming pattern, you're going to start off instead of like doing that strum pattern, just strum on the one. This is first step for beginners. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, going to the G. All right. So it's actually a G7 that they're playing, and sometimes that can be a bit hard. So I just also mentioned like break that up. Don't play a G7. Just play a G. It's going to be okay for now. All right. And this is just to get you into the game. All right. Playing along with the song. All right. So you got your D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, D2. Then we go to a G, and 2, 3, 4, G, before you go back to the D, right? And this is just an example, right? I'm not saying you have to learn this song, but like you can try it with any song that you want to play. All right, so this first step, just strum it on beat one, right? And get the chord changes going on. From there, build it up so you're strumming on every beat. So you're not worried about adding the strum pattern back in just yet because that is quite technical. All right, so instead of just on the one, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Don't worry about the G7. Go to G, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4. All right, and you build it up from there, and you can go through the rest of the song just like that. But if you're playing along with the song, so what I mean is you may have the song on and it may be going too fast. If it's going by too fast, just slow it down a little bit. Technology nowadays allows us to do that really, really easily. And then, so you just build that up from there. All right, but all the while you're playing along with the song. So imagine like your friend calls you over and says, "Let's have a jam." It's a rainy day like this, and we're going to have a jam. All right, and you got to do that song, for example. All right, so your friend's probably a little bit more further along than you, and that's okay. But what you're not going to do is compete with them and try and play exactly what he's playing. Why? Because that's only going to lead to frustration and overwhelming your head. All right. So if you just come in and just start strumming on beat one or strumming on every beat, that allows you to create like what we call another voice with the music. So he's doing, for example, all right, and you're just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and he's got that da 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 da. All right, So this way you can be part of something bigger than just sitting at home on your own and having a lot of fun. All right. So that's the second step. So like sorry, let me recap. You you start playing on beat one, just strum it out, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then add every step. So this is step two. Every beat, sorry, you add every beat. Too many coffees. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then from there, step three, I wouldn't even add the strumming pattern. I'd make a variation on that. And what I mean is like the next step from that is basically filling in the gaps between the downs. So let's just add a simple up strum in there. So like we'd have like a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. All right. So on the D, it would be just down, up, 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 down, up. It goes to the G, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then back to the D. Okay, and then all you're doing is just adding in a little bit of a layer each time when you're comfortable to move on to that or you want to try something more. But I'm here to tell you, because I see people struggle with this all the time. If you jump in, okay, here's the strum pattern, all right, there's the chords, go for it, all right. And unfortunately, a lot of, I can't speak for modern teachers now, but like back in the day, like a lot of teaching was there it is, go home, practice it. Okay, and and there's validity in that, but I think modern way, especially for adults to learn, that's not a good way. For a young kid, great, works well, because when I started 13, and that's I heard that quite a bit, and no disrespect to those teachers, they taught me a lot, but like I know for an adult learning guitar, in in your 40s, 50s, 60s, or even 70s, or wherever you may be, we got to break things down a lot easier so it's understand and not confusing and overwhelming. Why? Because like when we've started, we've got decades of experience of doing plenty of other stuff. It's just like, and we're good at that. When it comes to the guitar, it's a whole different beast. Okay, it's a completely different animal, and we can't attack this like we've done other things. So whether you've played sports before or you're you know any sort of apprenticeship that you've done where you've spent like 8 hours a day learning that and then decades refining that, you can't come to the guitar and expect to apply the same things because we're going back to fine motor skills. And like the big problem I see adults having is like because we've got those decades of people saying we're not good enough or you should be more like this or whatever, those conditions or expectations, basically that stuff going on in our heads, which isn't positive. Um, we feel that we need to be able to do it straight away, otherwise people will go to judges, right? And nothing's further from the truth. What we got to do is just take things slowly, get good at that, and then move it on up. And you can do that by just whatever song you're playing. All right, don't go in with the full strumming pattern, the full set of chords. Just come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Once that's comfortable, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then maybe just like down, up, down. All right. Before you start getting the whole strumming pattern going on, I can't stress that enough, because if you don't do those things, there's unless you're the very rare exception, you're you're gonna give yourself a lot of unnecessary frustration. Okay, so on a rainy day like this, what better time to practice guitar? So, men gets us out of yard work, all right, or many to-do lists around the house. So, have fun with your guitar. Just take it easy on yourself. Learn at your pace. Don't try and compete with anybody else. But when you're playing with other people, or even playing along with the song, you can play something that adds to the piece, not distracts from it or detracts from it. It's just adding to the piece, and you're in there, you're playing and having fun. And that's what it's all about. Okay? All right. So take that, work with that, and enjoy your day. See you next time.